So let's now implement the circuit from scratch. So first let me drag Arduino board into the workspace, also the breadboard. Now let's start connecting. Choose the ground port of the power and connect it to the breadboard and change its color to black. In a similar fashion, try to connect this 5 volt input to the breadboard. I'll make this red. Now we have to implement the push button. So let me just take a push button. Along with it, I'll take a resistor as well. Connect a resistor to any of the pins. Now this has to take the ground. So I will give this connection directly to over here. I think, yeah, over here anyway on this, and I will change this to gray. I'll make the ground come to this particular ports, any of the column, right? That particular column, and that is my ground cable. So the next thing I want to do is to connect this particular pin to the power supply, that is the 5 volt input, and let that be red as well. Secondly, we have to connect the external LED. If you want to go with the internal one onboard LED, it's fine. I'll go with the external one. I'll connect this particular point to a pin over here. I'll make it orange. The next part, okay, I'll also implement a resistor for this. Not required actually, but it's fine to use it. And this will go to the ground. And this time I will make the ground directly point to this particular pin. Let me just rearrange this, align the wires properly to make it look nice. So basically the connections is your ground has to go to this particular port, any column over here, for which the resistor of this LED has to be connected, and this particular wire from the LED has to be connected to the column to which any of the port from here is being connected. So what I will do is I will take this 12th port to make this LED connected, and I'll drag and drop to this particular column. So this will be my orange line. So now we have to make a connection for the push button, and that will trigger the LED on or off based on the state of the push button. So let's click on this particular terminal, and I will make a connection to the port of the breadboard, right over here. Any field you can choose. I will choose this particular column. I'll make it blue, and now we have to choose the uh, pin so that it will act as a trigger to enable or disable this particular LED. So I'll choose 8 or 7, whatever value you can choose, and I'll connect to this particular column. And yeah, that's it, I guess. Yeah, that's it. The connection is done. So basically you have to have one ground connection to this particular resistance of the push button, and then the red wire from the input volt to the another terminal of this particular push button, and the blue wire goes from the third terminal of this button to the actually a port which controls or ensures the connection between LED and the circuit. It's just a trigger, and the LED has to be connected. Instead of doing this, you can just directly connect over here. Now let's start with the code. Go to text. First, let's initiate few variables. I'll call it button state to keep track of the state of the button. It's the trigger, and the second one is our LED, which will take the value 12. So this has to be initiated over here, set up over here. So LED. Then inside the loop, I need to get the button state. So I will make button state equals to digital write is to write the values to the port. So digital read will read the state of the port. So let me just make sure digital read, make use of digital read, and the port that we are interested in is I will also make use of variable to hold a push button, and this value is 7. As you can see here, it's 7. So we have to read push button, right? So push button. Now we need to compare the value of the push button. So if push button if button state is equals to 1, in this case we need to set our digital write of LED to high. We're just going to use one statement, so you don't need to use braces over here. I will remove this delay, else it is digital write it to low LED. I'll give a delay of 1000 millisecond. Okay, so this is all the code. Make sure you put the button state inside the loop so that every time it updates, the button state changes. So let me start simulation. When I click this push button, you can see the LED is glowing. If you adjust this delay, it will be a little more comfortable. So I will make it 25 or maybe 20. Now when I start simulation, so once you release the push button, it will go off, and once I click it, it will turn on. So this small delay is to give us smoothness to the simulation. That's it. So that's all about the fourth program. Now let's jump to the fifth program. Uh, so let me just take a LED and a resistor. It's not a rule that you need to connect a resistor always to the ground. You can take any of the port, but make sure you have a resistor so that your circuit doesn't burn. This is a ground line, and this is your resistor line, input high up, voltage line. Now let me go to the code, jump to the text, continue. Over here we will set up the LED, int LED equal to 11. I'll use this for everything because that will be a better practice for you to actually have a variables here instead of going and changing every part it is implemented. And then you need to make sure this is turned to LED. And we will use a for loop. So for brightness, so let me first let me go from 0 to maximum brightness and then maximum to 0. So 0 brightness less than equal to 255 because that's the highest value in a range of this brightness level, and then brightness minus equal to plus equal to 5. You can choose any value, depending on that you will get in the brightness. So I'll just make it plus equal to 2 for now. Let's see how it affects. In the auto generated code it was like plus equal to 5, and let me just make sure how this works, right? Let's see how it works. Now inside the for loop, now instead of using the digital write, we are going to use analog write. So first let me show you what happens if you use digital write. So digital write, digital write, if you want to use digital write, its value can be either 0 or 1, right? So you can understand that your brightness can go to the maximum level, which is 255, or the minimum level, which is 0. Actually maximum level is high, which is 1, and minimum is 0, which is low in digital write, because there's only two values. But we use brightness from 0 to 255. That's because we are going to use analog write. So analog write has a range of values from 0 to 255. So analog write, and here we will write into LED. What's the value? Brightness. Now after this we can add a delay for a smooth increase. So delay, I'll give it a delay of 25. Now the same for loop in a reverse way, right? So this is from bright from maximum to minimum brightness, and this is from minimum to maximum brightness. So here we go from 255, and this is always greater than or equal to 0. Make sure you make this to decrease minus equal to 2 or whatever, so that it will actually doesn't fall into an infinite loop. And this is the same process. You can remove these particular values, and that's all. You can run the simulation. Now we can see it's glowing. I think it's hard to visualize, so let me just change this value to something bigger, 6 for now. So first stop the simulation, make it 6 and 6. I'll change the light color to green so that will be discoverable. So run the code. Yeah, here you can see it goes from minimum to maximum, maximum to minimum back. Right, it's actually fading in and fading out. Delay has to be a little more, so let's make it 50 and see what happens. You just play with these values so that it will be a proper output. You get a proper output. So here you can see, right? So that's all for this video. In the next video we'll see more about the circuits. So until then, stay tuned and thanks for watching. Please share the video and subscribe to support my channel. Thank you.